Hi friends, it's Elise here from Bullie Belle, and today we're going to be using a kit from my shop called Hello Lovely. I'm working on getting all of my kits reformatted like this so that they're sold as a la carte full sheets and half sheets, as you see me going through here, so that you can pick and choose what you'd like to build the perfect kit. There's other sheets too that I didn't print for myself, but you can see them in the shop, and as you can see right there, I also have some personal kits as well. So at the end of this video, I'm going to do a rewind spread in my personal planner using one of the personal kit versions of this kit. So I just started by laying down my bottom washi, and then because there is that first day of the month banner that is really dark, I decided to white that out, and now I'm laying down the rest of my date covers. This week I printed this kit on a sample of matte vinyl sticker paper, and I really loved it. It was so fun to work with. It feels really cool and it was easy to work with, and this week I actually made a lot of changes and moved things around, which is not something I usually do, but it was, not a problem with this paper. So I'm really tempted to order it for my shop, but it's really expensive, and to be honest, most people order matte sticker paper. So really, let's not kid around here. Who am I really ordering it for? Probably just myself, but I'm still really tempted to do it. So I just built my sidebar, but I realized that I kind of messed things up a little bit. My original intention was to put the little button flags as headers above the two kind of sections that I'm working with, because they're a little bit redundant there between the little weekly trackers. I wanted to put one over the two weekly trackers together and then another one on top of the full kind of weekly box. So I moved those around because I wanted to use them as headers, and they were just not going to work the other way. So right now I moved them around, not a problem with the paper, and I'm just labeling them as sleep. And then for the little ones, I'm going to be tracking whether I met my goal for my daily steps and whether or not I ate dinner. So now on to Monday. I started off the day with just a plain to-do header along with a mini checklist, and then I put down one of the full boxes from the kit. I usually fill up my gas tank on Monday, so instead of going right into kind of a today section, I decided to put down some washi from the kit and just layer a fill up functional deco sticker on top of it. Then I just felt like I needed a little bit more separation between the full box and the checklist above, because the full box is white, so I switched things around a little bit. And then I decided to use a full box checklist from the kit just to write down a few things that I needed to clean. I really only had 3 things to clean, but I decided to use the top little section as a header area. So I took a flag sticker from the kit, and then I layered on top of it the paper clip sticker from the kit, and then just put a clean up functional deco sticker on top. My husband had a rehearsal at our house that evening, and that's what I'm writing down there below. So I usually just write down a few things that I need to clean that evening so that we are ready for guests. On my to-do checklist on the top of the day, I knew that I had to go inventory the book room at my school with some of the other coaches from my school, and it is not pretty in there. You would not want to be in there unless you absolutely had to be. But it's important that we see what's in there and figure it out. That way we can plan accurately for next year. And we do hope to actually clean it out next week, because it is just a hot mess, and I mean, it's not a functional space right now. On Tuesday, I started off the day with a full box, and then I just used a half box to indicate that I would be giving the 5th grade science assessment. And then I used a half box to mark a meeting that I would be having with a teacher about a model lesson. And then I just put down that I would need to gather up the grade level standards, meaning that because of our district visit on Friday, some teachers might not be on the timeline. So I like to gather up the standards that way. I know what standards they're working on, so if the district does decide to walk through their classroom, they are able to kind of get a better feel for what's actually going on. if it doesn't reflect the timeline. So then on Wednesday, I just start off the day with a half box because I would be giving the 5th grade science assessment again. Then I needed to go ahead and type up the standards on a form, and then I just put down that I'd be doing some grocery shopping. Because right now I am pre-planning, that was just about all that I could do, so I decided to move on over to the weekend banner because I knew that there would definitely be a weekend. So I just put that down, and then I put on the little date dots because they do kind of extend over the day. I figured I would wait and just do it on each individual day, but I am like notorious for forgetting to put on date dots, so I think I actually did end up forgetting to put on some date dots until the very end of the week. So right now I was just playing around a little bit on the weekend because I knew that I did have a brunch date with my dad, so I just layered some washi there, and then I was just kind of playing around with layering some stickers. I put down a half box because I knew I would be doing something on Saturday morning, but I didn't know what yet. So I figured I'd just put it down there and save it for the weekend. Then I was just playing around trying to use some of the deco, and that pretty much was it for the pre-planning. Now it is Thursday evening, and I'm just going back in to fill in some of the things that I did earlier in the week. I started watching the show The Handmaid's Tale, and I absolutely love it. I read the book when I was a lot younger, but I just kind of forgotten about it, so it's cool to kind of experience it again, although it's like really horrible and sad. And then I just used another watercolor swatch sticker from my shop, and I put a grocery shopping functional deco sticker on top. So on Thursday, I started off the day with a full box sticker, and then I was just kind of jumping around, filling in things that I knew. I knew that I wanted to use that orange full box sticker kind of in that area so that it could kind of play off the full box sticker with the girl that's on Wednesday. And then I just kind of ended up jumping around a little bit. So I knew that on Friday morning I was going to be having a model lesson, so I wrote that down. I also knew for sure that there would be a district visit on Friday morning as well, so I used a half box there. Then back to Thursday, I just used a little mini checklist to write down that I would need to work on some paperwork for the district visit, that I needed to also work on some paperwork for the end of the year at my school. Then I just put down a piece of washi and a deco sticker, and I put down that I would need to be finishing and sending out some proficiency scales for some grade levels, that way they were prepared for Friday. Then on Friday evening I knew that my husband would be away at a gig with one of his bands, so I just marked that way I would know that he wouldn't be home for dinner. And then I just used a mini checklist to mark down a couple other things that I needed to take care of for the end of the week. I needed to make a talent show flyer and a few other things with the website. Because it was Thursday evening, I already knew what happened, so I marked down that one of the daycare providers at our school, who constantly shows up late, did it again, so we had to stay with those students, and that group of students is an extra special group of students that, how can I say this, requires more like guidance and supervision. They tend to get a little bit like antsy and a little bit stir crazy if they have to wait that long at the end of the day. So it's always really fun to do with. Anyway, on Saturday I knew that I needed to go over to my parents' house and feed the birds because they were still out of town, and I hoped to do some designing, so I just used a little flag sticker and a button sticker to mark that, along with a little laptop. On Sunday, I also planned to work on some listings for my Etsy shop, hopefully with some of the new designs. And then I just left a little area because I knew on one of the days, either Saturday or Sunday, we would probably be grilling out because I had gotten some stuff to grill out. On Saturdays I often take a nap, and so I marked that with a functional deco sticker. And then I also knew that I needed to do some laundry on Sunday. I have to force myself to use full box checklists, and because I'd only used one in the week, I decided that it looked kind of strange, so I decided to just replace it with a mini checklist instead. So then to fill up the space a little bit more, I used a little flag sticker along with an icon. So that pretty much does it for the weekly spread. I'm just going around and seeing if I can fit any more deco stickers. And then I also see that I forgot some of the date dots on Thursday and Friday, but I did go back and add them at the very end of the week. I'm just going through some of the things that are left. I still have a lot of stickers left in the kit, probably enough for another spread. So there it is, all finished. And now we're gonna go on and do a little personal spread. I designed the personal kits in my shop so that there's a horizontal version that I'm using here that would fit for like a happy planner or a, any kind of horizontal personal inserts. And then I also have a vertical setup kit as well. So I'm just going to be using the inserts that are in my Webster's Pages planner that I set up using last month's Planner Society kit, because I wanted to use the horizontal kit, so we're just going to go ahead and use those. I do have some vertical inserts as well, but I figured it might be fun to do the horizontal version. I'm just going ahead and putting down my washi along the side, and then I'm going to build my notes section. So it comes with 2 little weekly trackers and then 1 kind of weekly list tracker. The top was looking a little empty, so I decided to take 2 of the flag stickers and just make a little banner at the top with one of the deco stickers. And then I just decided, because it's a rewind spread, to just track the same things that I had tracked in my full spread. So here, I'm just going to be putting down some of the main events from the week. I'm trying to force myself just to use things from the kit and to use some of the kind of add-ons that I had printed and not used, including these little planner clouds, which I just used up at the top to write that I needed to clean the house. So it wasn't hard though, it worked out. These little date covers come with the horizontal kit, so I just used that along with another one of the watercolor swatches that I had left over and a full box from the kit to write down that I needed to get the standards for the week, which usually happens by phone. Sometimes I'll travel around to classrooms, but often I'll call around to the grade level chairs or people that plan for math in the grade level. Then on Wednesday, I used one of the little adorable mini full box stickers from the kit. And then because I'd used a watercolor swatch to show that I would be giving the science assessment on Tuesday, I decided to do it again on Wednesday. And then in that little teeny area left over, I just used a little flag and icon to write down that I need to go grocery shopping. On Thursday, I put down the date cover, and then I decided to use another full box sticker up at the top. I used a little planner cloud to write over it a little bit, but I needed to complete in the email the scales that I had created. And then I just made a little checklist area to write down some of the paperwork that I needed to complete. For the mini spread, I decided to use the little button and flag stickers to mark things that had to do with my husband's rehearsals and gigs, so I just marked that up at the top. And then I used a half box and a little watercolor swatch to indicate the district visit and the model lesson that I would be doing. We decided to film this model lesson, so I just used a little functional deco kind of camera sticker to mark that, and then I used a little circle sticker with a little pair of glasses to show that I would be updating the website. On to Friday, I'm using the adorable little weekend banner, and then because that kind of limited my space a little bit, I decided to white out the line separating Saturday from Sunday, which I thought might be a big mistake. So I tried as much as I could to cover it up completely, and I think it worked out pretty well. So then I just put down 2 half boxes along with some deco, and then I just put down a full box there on Sunday because I really wanted to try and use them all up. I decided that I didn't like that Webster's Pages logo there. It looked kind of weird. So I decided to pull up the full box and just move it to the center. And then I just took a little planner cloud along with a watercolor swatch. I really wanted to use the watercolor swatches as well. So I put one back there on Thursday, and then I decided to just layer another one behind the planner cloud on Sunday. Then I just filled in the little half and quarter box with my brunch date and that I wanted to work on some things for my shop. I was trying to use up all the deco, but it didn't really work, so I figured I'd just kind of leave it like it was. So that pretty much completes our personal spread. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you taking the time and spending this time with me, and I hope that I will see you in my next video. Bye!